here I am again, doing my intro for P-Rank's damage list for one of the last times, at least for the foreseeable future. Now it's time for Violence. Violence was extremely tough. It took me, I think, the longest out of any of the layers to do, maybe except for Wrath, because that was like 2 specific stages that made it take so long, but Violence is all around like extremely hard. Every level has its bits that make them stand out, so without further ado, let's step into the final layer in the game as of right now. Violence. We start with the... Oh my god, that was really bright. Give me a second to recover. Alright, it's been a second. The Garden of Forking Paths. This stage is really good, but the only issues I have with it are a couple major downsides that keep me from loving it as much as I should, because this is a fucking masterpiece. Before I talk about that though, have you seen these mannequins? They change positions if you look away from them. Pretty freaky, huh? Let me just grab the skull. You need anything? I'll just be over here doing my own thing. I really shouldn't have anything wrong with the level. The music is very good, the gameplay is good, but the only problem with it is that these 2 rooms make it so much more annoying to play. The first one is the one we're coming up to right now. I call it the double Cerberus room. You can use the Minitar to insta-kill the Maurice, and then pray the SRS cannon insta-kill works on the Cerberus. Now the room becomes a lot easier. You just need to kill the mannequins without getting hit, because the Saw Trap does wonders against the Cerberus, or the other way around. The next room is incomparable in difficulty to everything else in the level. Obviously not as hard as something like the 5-2 Red Skull or the 5-3 Dual Wield room, but it's still a threat you need to fully focus on. Killing this Virtue and setting up a Saw Trap down here, the other Virtue spawns at the top, which you need to kill ASAP. The only issue is that the Mind Flayer just spawned, and the mannequins are crawling on their back at Mach 12 to get to your ass. I think the mannequins are really good enemies, but it's so extremely easy for them to just sneak up on you like that, and it's really annoying losing a run because one frame they're not there, and the next they're right in front of you about to fuck your shit up. Losing focus of how many bullets are coming your way this room is extremely easy in this room. It's just an overall really difficult room. But anyways, that's the level. So let's just grab this skull and get out of here. Wait, no, that's not the normal elevator I'm used to. Oh yeah, right, the Minitar. Yeah, I fucking hate this thing. In my opinion, it's one of the worst designed parts of the entire game. It's a really cool concept, but you're on a tiny platform and the Minitar can only be hit in like 2 spots. So that's why I devised the strategy of jumping on its back and shotgun swapping to kill it. Doesn't mean it's easy though. I died at this thing like 10 times because of how inconsistent it is and just how much he moves. I almost lost this run to that. Anyways, that's actually it this time. So let's just go to the... Jesus Christ! What the fuck is up with this level and jump scares, dude? I do not like it. Minitar 2 is also really not good. Some of his attacks just don't fucking work sometimes, and the others are really annoying to dodge, especially because of how small the space I'm in. I should have first tried it, but the first time, the parry on this attack just didn't fucking work because I was too close to the wall or something. I deleted the footage, but trust me, it was complete bullshit. The second one, I don't even remember what I died to. I think it was the gas that he spits out through like his heart or something, I don't know what that is. But the third time... I did it! I really love this level, but P-ranking it really sucks. This one took me about 5 hours, which I'm not so proud of, considering the first time I made it to Minitar 2 was at like hour 2. That last parry took everything out of me. Okay, now we're done with 7-1, and we have something a lot more calming. The Whiplash parkour section here is pretty fun until you do it 100 times, because with what we're about to encounter, you're gonna do this part 100 times. The Gutterman is not a very big threat whenever it's on its own like this. You can just pretty much skip past him. Oh, it's war, not something calming. How lovely. What I didn't mention with the Gutterman is whenever he's in a big-ass room and a few other enemies, he can definitely be a huge threat that you need to take care of ASAP. Thankfully, this part with the swords machine, I didn't say street cleaner this time, is pretty easy. But instead of waiting for the tower to fall, I'm just gonna do the other parts of the level that I don't want to do later. The gutter tanks are also not my favorite enemies. They're pretty easy again when they're alone like this, but put them in a small spot and you've got yourself a pretty dogshit enemy to deal with. Thankfully, we can freeze the rockets, so they're not much of a threat right now. Their mines can also be parried, which can lead to some nice interaction in the future. These two Guttermen can be cheesed, which I think is really funny. And I'm not doing it legit, fuck you. Now let's get back to the tower. Clean up everything here. Fuck this one Gutterman in particular, I died to him way more times than I should have. And then we come up to the first out of the two hard rooms in this level. This room is kind of a nightmare. A Gutterman plus Stalker combo isn't really that bad when you first think of it, but then you remember, in damageless, Stalkers can actually be a pretty big threat if you're up close to them. You're able to pretty much insta-kill this Gutterman though, so everything else just comes at you, like, immediately. 4 mannequins and 2 Cerberus are here, and they don't have very nice things to say about your Jordans. After that, we're gonna take a nice, relaxing train ride to load up with a fucking nuke, then go back to blow up a bunch of trains that got piled up. A Gutterman and Gutter Tank don't really like the thought of that though, so we quickly put the end to their existence. Up next comes the final room, and with that, one of the hardest ones in the entire game. I don't even feel like explaining my strategy for this room. It took me so long to develop, so it's pretty complicated, but it just boils down to hide from the Gutter Tanks and kill the Guttermen, and then kill the tanks, and then finish off the last Gutterman. But don't be fooled, this room is incredibly difficult. It took me around an hour or two to finalize that strat, just for it to not even be 100% consistent. This stage is really, really hard. It took me about 5 to 6 hours to beat it, and you can hear it in my reaction.
Yes! Holy shit! Oh my god! Yes! Please! Yes! Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Yes!
Now, I'm pretty worried about this stage. Whoa, wait, holy shit, let me turn on my light. Okay. This was one of the 2 levels that had been mentioned more times than anything else, the other one obviously being P2, so I was definitely worried for it. The stage starts out pretty normal. This room can pose a threat, but it's not that much of a threat whenever you kill one of the Maurices. But then comes one of the harder parts of the level that everyone was talking about. The rooms with like 1 billion enemies and is really hard to do damageless. Turns out, I don't give a shit. You can literally sit back, relax, and wait for all the other enemies to kill each other, then kill the last one at the very end. I'm not even joking, it's this easy. Kill this Maurice, kill this Mind Flayer, Street Cleaners behind the corner mashup, Mannequin jump scare, and then the last room is a bit of a funny one. You're definitely not able to stand on the floor and be fighting these enemies, because whenever you hit any of them, they aggro onto you, which, whenever there's like 100 enemies at once, it's not the best idea. You're able to sit atop this balcony, and then wait for everything to kill each other, and then just pick everything else off. I'm not joking when I say this stage is actually free. I was honestly expecting this to take me another week, but it took me about 30 minutes. Like, this is one of the easiest stages in this entire challenge. That looks like it's the fucking run, baby! That looks like it's it!
Yes! Easiest shit ever!
However, with ease, hardship always soon follows. Walking out this door to see this behemoth in front of me was one of the best feelings ever. Like Antennas to Heaven is one of the best stages in the entire game in my opinion. I'd call it top 3. It's genuinely so much fun, but it also poses a huge threat. 1000 THR, the Earth Mover, is the entire stage, and it has a lot of difficulty to it. No part of this level can really be scoffed at. Each enemy has a tough placement and you can't just look past it. Now, after saying all that, I'm gonna look past them and get to the real meat of this level, the Earth Mover's defense system. This thing is actually kinda tough. The first part is easy to take out with Sharpshooter, and then everything else should be handled with care. Or rather, you could say violence. Get it? It's violence. I'm really funny. Destroying the defense system, the rest of the stage can only be described with 4 words. Let's fucking do this. This part is really easy. Just destroy all the idols and don't mess up the whiplash. However, after that, you're in for a hell of a carousel ride. The Earth Mover's brain fight is not a very easy one. It's best to deal a shit ton of damage right at the start of the fight and then just slowly chip it down with projectile boosts and parrying it. But you need to do it fast enough so that the idols don't spawn, because if they spawn, you might just be fucked. The lasers at that point are spinning extremely fast and you need to get them knocked down as soon as possible. So, as long as you don't leave it at 0.1 health, you'll be— oh my fucking god! Alright, now the brain is actually dead this time, and we need to get the fuck out. And fast.
fucking go!
2 weeks, 40 hours, a hell of a lot of rage, and agony. But I finally did it. The main campaign of ULTRAKILL finally P-ranked without taking a single hit of damage. This is one of the most painful journeys I've ever went on, and I finally completed it. And I can't thank P2 is not going to be in the same style as the other videos. I will record all my full runs, but that will be the extent of the videos on P2. I will make progress videos, and then make a full video at the very end, similar to the one you're watching right now, but until then, see ya.